Hello, so in this video we will solve IGSE physics. Hello, so in this video we will solve IGCSE physics Feb March 2024 component 22. So let's start. First question, a student has measuring cylinder containing water and also has a balance. Which of these could she use to find the volume of a small metal sphere? So she can find using displacement method, or to apply displacement method she will need the measuring cylinder only. So correct option is option B. Option B is the correct option. Hello, so in this video we will solve Cambridge IGCSE Feb March 2024 component 22. So let's start. First question is, a student has a measuring cylinder containing water and also has a balance. Which of these could she use to find the volume of a metal sphere? She has no other operator. So we know that volume of a metal sphere can be calculated. Hello, so in this video we will solve Cambridge IGCSE Feb March 2024 component 22. So first question, a student has a measuring cylinder containing water and also has a balance. Which of these could she use to find the volume of a small matter sphere? She has no other pattern. So this can be done using displacement method, and to use displacement method she will need the measuring cylinder containing water only. So option B is the correct. Question 2, the diagram shows a solid object on a flat surface with two forces acting on the object. What is the resultant force on the object? We know that whenever two forces are acting in the opposite direction, then resultant force we can calculate by subtracting the smaller force from the bigger one. So it will be 4 Newton minus 3 Newton, that is equal to 1 Newton. And direction is always towards the direction of the bigger force. So 1 Newton towards right. So option B is the correct one. Question third. A ball is falling towards the ground. Which transfer between energy store is taking place? So whenever a ball is at some height, it will have potential energy stored in it. If the ball is at certain height from the ground, let's say this is ground, this is certain height. If an object is there, it is having gravitational potential energy, and when it will be released or it will be falling towards the ground, slowly it will gain kinetic energy, and when it will reach the ground, GPE will be totally converted into kinetic energy. So option C is the correct, gravitational potential to kinetic. Fourth question, which row contains one scalar quantity and one vector quantity? So to solve this question, we can label all the quantities as vector and scalar, and then we can find which one is scalar and vector. Energy is scalar, I'm writing as for scalar. Mass is scalar, momentum vector, distance scalar, velocity vector, time scalar, weight vector, temperature scalar. So first row contains scalar and one vector. So option A is the correct. Question 5. The table gives data about four liquids W, X, Y, and Z. None of the liquid mixes with any of other liquid. All the liquids are put in the same container and settle to form separate layers. This statement is correct. We know that the liquid with the highest density will be at the bottom and with lowest it will be at the top. So first of all, let's calculate the density. And density is given as mass upon volume. Density is given as mass upon volume. So density for first, it will be 1 gram per centimeter cube. For second, it will be 20 by 15. So it will be 1.33 gram per centimeter cube. 30 by 50, it will be 0.6 gram per centimeter cube. For fourth one, it will be 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. So now we will arrange it in the increasing order of densities. So first of all, it will be Y, then it will be Z, then it will be W, and then X. Option A is W from the layer below X. So it is wrong. X forms top layer, wrong. Y forms bottom layer, wrong. Z form the layer below Y, correct. So option D is right. Question 6. A weightless beam is balanced on a pivot. Forces PQ are act on the beam. Which equation is correct? Now, if it is balanced, this means total clockwise moment. Total clockwise moment is equal total anti-clockwise moment. So here force P will provide anti-clockwise movement. Q will provide clockwise movement. R will also provide clockwise movement. So our equation will become clockwise movement, and moment is defined as force into perpendicular distance from the pivot. So for R force, moment will be R into A. For Q it will be Q into B, and for P it will be P into D. So now total anti-clockwise moment is equal to clockwise moment. So total clockwise moment will be R into A plus Q into B is equal P into D, that is anti-clockwise moment. So option D is the correct one. Question number 7. An object is moving at 3 meter per second. A force acts on the object. After a time, the object is moving at minus 4 meter per second. Mass of the object is 5 kg. What is the change in momentum of the body? So we know that momentum is given by formula mass into velocity. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. So change in momentum will be, we can find change in momentum as final momentum minus initial momentum. So let's say final velocity is V. Mass will remain same. So equation we can write mv minus mu. So it will become mass is 5 kg. V, the object is moving at minus 4.0 meter per second after the application of force. This means minus 4 is the final velocity. So minus 4, here we can use this equation. Minus 4, then minus 3, it will be 5 into minus 7, that is minus 35 and units kg meter per second. So option A is the correct. Eighth question, the diagram shows a column of liquid. The pressure due to liquid at the bottom of the liquid is 6,000 Newton per meter square. What is the density? Now we know that pressure due to liquid is given as delta P is equal to rho G delta H. So the pressure is given 6,000. Rho density you have to calculate, let it be rho only. G value we will use here 9.8, and height here is 50 centimeter. We can convert into meter 50 into 10 raised to power minus 2. So rho will become 6,000 divided by 9.8 into 50 into 10 raised to power minus 2, and it will come out to be 1200 kg per meter cube. Option B. Ninth question, which statement correctly describes the change of state? So gas condenses to form a liquid, that is state change. So option A is the correct. Question number 10, a diagram shows a pan used for cooking food. Which row is correct for the material used to make the base of the pan and the handle of the pan? So we have to hold the handle of the pan, so we don't want the handle to get hot, and base of the pan should receive thermal energy. So this means the base of pan should be good thermal conductor, and handle should be good insulator or poor thermal conductor. So option B is the correct. Question 11th. Solar heating panel consists of pipes carrying water that absorb radiation from the sun. Which texture and color is the surface of the pipe so the temperature of the water rises at the quickest rate? This means we want good absorber, and dull black color is good absorber. So option A is the correct one. 12th question. When pollen grains in water are viewed through the microscope, they are seen to be in continuous rapid random motion. What causes a pollen grain to move in this way? So this is Brownian motion. Brownian motion ki whenever there is a pollen grain particle, so it will be hit by the water particles, and it will move randomly and following path like this zigzag path. So it will be uneven bombardment on different sides by water molecules. So option C is the correct one. Question 13. A circular flat bottom dish contain 100 centimeter cube of water. Students are asked how to increase the rate at which water evaporates. So their suggestion is step one, pour the water into a flat bottom dish of larger diameter. So this is correct. With increase in surface area, the rate of evaporation will increase. Second, cool the dish and the water. So with decrease in temperature, rate of evaporation will decrease. So this is wrong. Create a current of air over the dish with a fan. Yes, this is right. It will increase the rate of evaporation. So only one and two students are correct. Sorry, one and three is the correct answer. One and three only. Option C is the right one. 14th question. Matter consists of very small particles in a continual state of motion. Which row describes the behavior of particles in a liquid? Force between the particles is, see, strong, strong, and weak, weak given. Motion, vibration. So this is not possible. This is not possible. Now, out of these, if we compare solids or liquids, if we are comparing as compared to gas, so it should be strong force. So 14th option A is the correct one. Question number 14. Matter consists of very small particles in a continual motion, state of motion, which will describe the behavior of particles in a liquid. So in a liquid, move randomly at high speed. This is not possible because only in gas particles move at high speed. This is wrong. This is wrong. Vibrate in fixed position. This is for solid. So option B is the correct. Question number 15. The diagram shows the equipment used in an experiment on the heating of aluminium. The table gives the result of the experiment. The specific heat capacity of aluminum is 900. What is the maximum possible temperature rise? So we know that energy supplied to increase temperature E is given as E is equal to mc delta T, where m is mass, C is specific heat capacity, and delta T temperature increase. So delta T temperature increase will be E by mc. Mass is given, specific heat capacity is given. We have to find energy, and we have values of time, voltage, and current. So first of all, we will find power, that is V into I. So it will come out to be 12 into 5, that is 60 watt. Then we can find energy as power into time. So it will be 60 into 300. That is 18,000 joule. Now substitute this value here. Delta T will be 18,000 divided by mass, that is 0.80, and specific heat capacity 900. So on solving, you will get delta T is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. So option C is the correct one. Question 16th. The diagram shows a wave. Which dimensions describe the properties of the wave? So R here is representing amplitude and Q here is representing wavelength. R amplitude, Q wavelength. So option C is the correct one. Question number 17. Which row describes some characteristics of an image formed in a plane mirror? So image formed in a plane mirror is virtual. This is wrong. This is wrong. And it is of the same side, same size of the as the object. So option D is correct. 18th question. The range of audible frequencies for elephants is 10 hertz to 12,000 hertz and for horses 15 to 33. Which statement about the range of audible frequencies for a healthy human ear is correct? So audible range for a healthy human ear is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Option A, the human ear can hear all sounds heard by both elephants and horses. No, because here this frequency is less than 20, we cannot hear. This is more than 22,000, 20,000, so we cannot hear. So option A is wrong. Option B, human ear can hear all sounds by elephants. Wrong. Human ear can hear all sounds heard by horses. Wrong. Option D, human ear cannot hear all sounds heard by elephant, nor those heard by horses. This is correct because this is the audible range. You need to learn this value. Question 19th, an object is placed in front of a plane mirror. The ray diagram shows the reflection of light from the object by the mirror. Where does the mirror form an image of the object? So light will come, it will reflect back, and image will be formed here. Option A is the correct one. 20th question, light refracts as it enters glass from air. Which expression is equal to refractive index? So refractive index is given as sine of angle of incidence by sine of angle of refraction. Angle of incidence is angle made by incident ray with the normal. So this angle is sine of angle of. We have to take sine of angle of. So we have to take sine of this angle. This angle will be 90 degree minus theta 1. So it will come sine of 90 degree minus theta 1 divided by sine of angle of refraction. This angle is angle of refraction, normal angle between normal and the refracted ray, which is sine of theta 2. So option C is correct here. Question 21. Light traveling at speed of 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second strikes the surface of a glass block and undergoes refraction as it enters the block. Diagram show ray of the light before and after it enters the block. What is the speed of light in the glass? Here again we can use the formula n is equal to sine I by sine r, and another formula n is equal to c by v, where c is speed of light in vacuum and v is speed of light in medium. So we can use c by v is equal to sine I by sine r, or v will come out to be sine r divided by sine I into c. So v will be sine r, this angle 33 degrees, sine of 33 degree divided by angle of incidence 55 degree, sine of 55 degree, multiply by c. Speed in vacuum is 3 into 10 raised to power 8. So on solving this, we will get 1.99 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. So option B is the correct. Question 22. Which row about converging lenses and diverging lenses is correct? Converging lenses always produce inverted image. No, they produce erect image also. Can be used as a magnifying glass. Correct. Can be used to correct short-sightedness. No. Short-sightedness we correct using concave lens or diverging lens. Can produce real and virtual image. Correct. They do not. This is wrong. So option D is the correct. Converging lens can produce real and virtual images, and diverging lens can be used to correct short-sightedness. Question 23. The rod X is placed on a balance and another rod Y is brought close to it. Which combination of charges would cause a change in the balance reading shown? So we can see earlier it was 45.3 and now 45.7. So there is increase in weight or mass. And this is only possible if additional force is acting. So this means both should carry the same charge. Additional force will be acting if this will be repelling this. And repulsion is possible when same charge is carried by both the rods. So option A is correct. Both are carrying negative charge. Question 24. What is the unit of potential difference? So it is SI unit is volt only. 24 option D. 25. The diagram shows transformer. What is the output voltage? So to find the output voltage, we can use this ratio of number of turns in secondary divided by number of turns in primary is equal to voltage across secondary by voltage across primary. So primary here is input and secondary here is output. So output we have to find, that is Vs. So it will be Vp into Ns by Np. Vp primary voltage 22,000 multiply by number of turns in secondary 115 divided by 550. So Vs will come out to be 4600 volt. Option C is the correct. 26th question. The diagram show two arrangement of a pair of identical bar magnets. Diagram 1 and diagram 2 as given. At which point is the magnetic field due to the magnet weakest? So magnetic field is weakest. See here at this point P, magnetic field direction from N, it will be like this, and from this it will be. Since the point is at equal distance from both the poles, so magnetic field will cancel out and it will be zero here. So it will be least. So weakest will be at P. So option C and D will cancel out. At Q, both will have opposite, both will have same direction. Add up together. Since R is lying at the pole, so it will be strongest magnetic field at the point R. So option B is the correct one. Question number 27. A nichrome wire P has a length of 1 meter and diameter 1.0 mm. A second nichrome wire Q has a length of 2 meter and diameter 2.0 mm. This statement correctly compares the resistance of Q with that of P. So when length and diameter are given, we can use this formula for calculating resistance. Resistance R is equal to rho L by A. Or area is given as pi d square by 4. So it will be pi into d square and 4. So let's write for R1. It will be R1 is equal to, since both are made up of same material, so rho will be same. L1 upon d1 square into 4 by pi. And R2 will be rho into L2 by d2 square into 4 by again pi. So I am writing 1 for P. So let's write P and Q only. It will be P and it will be Q. It is P and it is Q. Now take the ratio RP by RQ. So it will be, so rho uh, 4 by pi will cancel out, constant will cancel out. We will be left with LP by D square P. So reciprocal, it will become D square Q by LQ. Or RP by RQ, we can write LP by LQ and DQ by DP square. So here it is given P has length 1 and Q has 2. So LP by LQ will be 1 by 2. So RP by RQ is equal to 1 by 2 into DQ by DP. Diameter of Q is twice that of P. So it will be 2 square, that is 4. It will cancel out. So R of Q will be RP by 2. So it will become half of the resistance of P. Option B is the correct one. Question 28. Student has two resistors, 2 ohm and 40 kilo ohm. This statement is correct. When connected in parallel, so when they will be connected in series, so total resistance will be 42 kilo ohm. No, sorry. 42, it will not be 40 kilo ohm plus 2 ohm. So this can be neglected. So we will get 40 only. So these two are wrong. When connected in parallel, resistance for parallel combination is R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So it will be 40 kilo ohms means 40,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 40,000 plus 2. So again here 2 can be neglected. So it will be 80,000 divided by 40,000. So it will be 1 point, we will get 1.99 something. So on rounding off, you will get 2 ohm. So option B is the correct one here. If we consider this 2, then we will be getting, sorry. If we are considering 2, then we will get 1.99. So rounding off, we will get 2. But here we have already neglected this 2 value. So it will come out to be exactly 2. 2.0. Option B is the correct one. Question 29. In which circuit do both lamps light? So we know if the diode is forward biased, it will work. In reverse bias, it offer infinite resistance. Now, if this is connected to negative terminal and this is connected to positive terminal, then we say it is forward bias. And if this is connected to positive terminal and this is connected to negative terminal, then we say it is reverse bias. So it will not work and it will work. So here we can see this is connected with positive terminal. It is reverse bias case. It will not work. Here again, P is connected to negative. It will not work. This also p is connected negative, it will not work. So option C is the correct, it will work. Question 38. An isotope of strontium has the nuclide notation 38, strontium 84. How many protons and neutrons? We know that this represent atomic number, that is proton number only. So proton number is 38 and 84 is nucleon number, that is number of proton plus neutron. Since proton is 38, so neutron will be 84 minus 38. So 84 minus 38, we will get neutron as 46. So option A is correct. Question 31. The student is investigating count rate of a radioactive substance. How must he adjust his reading for the background count? Add the background count to his reading? No. Ignore the background reading, as it will not affect his reading. Wrong, because if there will be background count, it will affect the reading. Subtract the background count from his reading. Correct. So option Z is the correct one. You will take the reading, then you have to subtract the background count. Question 32. What occurs during nuclear fusion? So two light nuclei join together and emit energy. Option A is correct. Question 33. A beta particle enters the uniform magnetic field directed into the page and deflect downward as shown. Which direction of electric field would also deflect an electron downwards? We know that electron is negatively charged particle. So negatively charged particle will be attracted towards the positive plate. So this should be positive plate and this should be negative. And electric field is always from positive towards negative. So this means the direction of electric field should be up the page. So 33 option D is correct. Question 34. The radioactive isotope radon 22 86 to 22 is an alpha emitter. During this radioactive decay, an isotope of polonium is formed. How many neutrons does the nucleus of this isotope of polonium contain? We know that in alpha decay, nucleon atomic number decreases by 2 and mass number decreases by 4. So, and mass number contains proton plus neutrons. Proton here will be decreasing by 2. So, neutron will also decrease by 2. So, if it is earlier, the neutrons are 222 minus 86. Earlier, neutron were 218. So, now neutron will be question 34. The radioactive isotope radon is an alpha emitter. And in alpha emission, we know that mass number reduces by 4 and atomic number reduces by 2. So for polonium, it will become 84 PO 218. How many neutron does the nucleus of this isotope contain? So 280 minus 84, 218 minus 84, it will come out to be 134. So this is the number of neutrons. Option C is correct. Question 35. Which statement gives two safety precautions to take when a person is working with ionizing radiation? So decrease exposure time and decrease distance. No, this is not correct. If you will decrease the distance between person and source, he will get more dose. Decrease exposure time and increase distance between the person and the source. Correct. Option B is correct because increasing distance will reduce the dose. 36. Which list correctly show the planets in decreasing order of distance from the sun? So we know that order is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Sorry, I have written Mars here. Question 36. Which list correctly shows the planets in decreasing order of distance from the sun? So decreasing order, in increasing order, list will be Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune. Question 36. Which row correctly shows the planets in decreasing order of distance from the sun? So this is the order in the increasing distance. So for decreasing, it will be Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. Option C is the correct one. Question 37. The sun radiates most of its energy in three regions of EM radiation. In pie chart, region 1 is infrared. This is IR. Region 2 is visible. And third will be ultraviolet UV. Option C is correct. Question 38. Which diagram? The diagram shows a comet have moving in an elliptical orbit around the sun. At which position is the comet have moving with the greater speed? So we know that when the comet will be near the sun, so sun will attract it with more force and it will move with greater speed. So option A is correct. Question 39. Nuclear reactions in the sun release large quantities of energy. Which statement about this process is correct? So it involves fusion. A and B will be wrong. Fusion of lighter to heavier means hydrogen to helium. Option D is correct. Question 40. The table gives data for planets in a solar system. What are the planets X and Y? So mean surface temperature is given. So it will be Y here is planet Y here is Saturn and planet X here is will be Mars. So option A is the correct here. So thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, share with your friends and subscribe to the channel so that you will get updates whenever I'll upload the question papers. Thanks.